So Dwight Yorke, we find you in central London, just before the Olympics. What's going on?
Well, it is the Olympics, and the reason I'm really here is obviously Mizuno. Mizuno Centre has just been launched in Central Point, as you said, centre of London, and it's great to reunite myself with Mizuno at this stage.
Now, you're 40 years old, you still look 20, and there's that smile, the famous smile. You were dubbed the smiling assassin, weren't you?
It certainly was. Listen, life is too short. I've been given a second chance in life, and I think that you, as anybody who's out there looking at this, you've got to take the opportunity, enjoy what's in front of you. I've learned that. I've learned to be happy in what I do, and I think everyone doesn't have my demeanour and not been as fortunate as I am. But I tend to enjoy whatever opportunity in front of me. Just try to enjoy it as best as I can. And the smiling is very much part of my character. I like being this way. I think it's just too short not to have a good time.
Well, you've got a lot to smile about, Dwight. So you still look 20, but you finally hung up your boots, haven't you? What are you doing now?
Well, as I said, football has been a very big part of my life for over 30 years. And now that I'm a Sky presenter, I work for Sky on a full-time basis. Also do ambassadorial roles for Manchester United. I'm also ambassador of sports for Trinidad and Tobago government. So I've got three things that keeps me pretty busy. Also try to stay as healthy and fit as possible, and enjoy the finer things of life that I couldn't do when I was a footballer. I'm a massive golf fan, player of a handicap of 3. Trying to beat scratch, so that's something that I'm very passionate about. And just, as I said, enjoy the moment, enjoy the Olympics, enjoy what's in front of me, enjoy being here at Mizuno once again, and it's just a great opportunity.
We mentioned Trinidad and Tobago. I believe you played for your country 72 times, which isn't bad. And of course, it's also well known for its cricket. One of your great home buddies is Brian Lara. Now, he did rather well, didn't he, in sport? And I imagine you must have played the game a bit as well.
Oh yeah, we're very lucky. I mean, for a very small nation like us, we have produced some world-class people. And Brian Lara is certainly at the very top of that tree in terms of what he has done for the game of cricket. Not just for the West Indies, but for our country, Trinidad and Tobago. He's an iconic figure, he's an ambassador, he's a dear friend, someone who I play golf a lot with. And as I said, we're very passionate people in terms of what we do. And we could say that we have achieved things alongside the very best of cricket, football, athletics. We seem to produce them. So, as I said, for a very small nation, we're a very proud nation. And Brian Lara, for me, is one of the all-time greats.
Well, you played for Aston Villa, you played for Birmingham, you played for Blackburn, you played for Sunderland. And you played for quite a promising team, got a big future, I think, called Manchester United. You won a lot of trophies. I'm guessing the number one for you was '99, the European Cup.
I think...
or the Champions League, of course, as we now call it.
Yeah, I think it's the ultimate, obviously, as a sports person or as a footballer. Your dream is to win trophies. Yes, I had the opportunity to play for a great club like the other clubs. Aston Villa is a very dear club close to my heart. I've been there for 10 years, so give me the opportunity to develop as a player. And the ultimate when Manchester United came along, you go there to win trophies and manage to do that. So, like you said, the 99 season, the treble-winning year. Not only me, I think everyone throughout the country, and that's what we're known for. And anything to do with Manchester United, despite all the fantastic honours that they have won, the one thing that has been highlighted is the treble-winning year, and obviously to be part of that is just ultimate. It was part of something very special for a unique and an institutional club like Manchester United. So I'm very happy to, as I said, to play a small part in that fantastic team that particular year.
Well, they continue to win trophies, continue to win the Premiership, the Champions League again. It's been endless, really, the success. But interesting times now, Dwight, hey? Very interesting times. The noisy neighbours have become rather good, and there are a few other teams as well snapping at United's heels. How do you see the next season going?
Well, it's going to be business as usual for Manchester United. Wanted to regain the Premier League. They pretty much had it snatched from their hand. I don't think that they would be too pleased with that. In fact, I know that they're not too pleased with the fact that the way that they've lost it
on goal difference.
Which is amazing, and it's the Man United would not have let that happen in the past, but that's a learning process for them. It's a young squad been developing. As you said, the noisy neighbours are making a lot of noise. They have certainly become a force to be reckoned with, and I think that we all recognise that with the spending power and the capabilities of the players that they got at their disposal. But what people don't see, and one of the greatest aspects of Sir Alex Ferguson, he's building a squad not only for the next year or two, he's building a squad of young players that's going to be around for Manchester for the next 4 or 5 years. Now, the next 4 or 5 years, does City have the players that they have now, or they still going to go out and look for players? So Sir Alex Ferguson is very clever in terms of what he's doing. And I think that's what he's trying to do. He says, okay, we give you 2 Premier League this year or next year, but in the long term, that we will be the dominating figure like they have done over the years in the past.
Now, I'm sure Chelsea and Arsenal and Spurs and maybe Liverpool and maybe, I don't know, Newcastle may be in the mix, but when it gets down really to the end of the season, do you think it's a 2-horse race?
I think the city of Manchester is where the football is really going to be for the next coming years. I think, as you say, the likes of Chelsea, they got the spending power. They've seen what they have done in the Champions League and the FA Cup this year. They're always going to have a say in it. But I feel it's between those 3. I really don't see the Arsenal of this world as much as the fantastic football that Arsenal plays. A great season to what Newcastle have achieved this year. I don't see in the long term that these teams can really compete with the City, the Man City and the Man United and the Chelsea. I think in the next coming season that those are the 3 teams that will be competing. But it's great to see. It's great for the Premier League. It's, you've seen what the dramas and tribulation that is brought throughout this season this year. Everyone is excited, looking forward to the season this year again, and I'm sure it's going to be exciting.
And your tip?
Well, I mean, red, I don't know. I can't be on that, but the noisy neighbours are one to be reckoned with. They are the current Premier League holders. They're the ones that everyone is trying to knock off that pedestal. And I'm sure that Manchester United and Chelsea are the ones to do it.